Hey guys, Waggish American here, and today I am going to be discussing my fall 2018 update. I don't really know channel updates, how they're going to work. This is only, I think, the second one I've done, but they're going to be spring and fall for reasons relating to my life schedule and school and stuff. It just makes the most sense as far as timing. So today I want to talk about a couple things. Firstly, I am in pre-production of two actual series. They're not going to be like the Zero in Every Skill, which is a group of kind of related projects that is a central idea and has been coming out over the past pretty much year. They are going to be released like a normal official series. I haven't quite settled on if it's going to be a normal like 1 or 2 episodes, or if it's going to be in like a bomb format, so when season 1 comes out, you'll get all the episodes on the same day, or if I'll do a release schedule where a new episode comes out every week or something. I'm kind of leaning towards every week just to provide content for a fairly long time. Anyway, I have the intros for both series finished. One of them I'm pretty happy with. The other one I think is a little bit too long and a little bit too slow, so that might have to get re-edited. The first series deals with the Grumman fighters of World War II and onwards. It's called American Cats, and it's not strictly the cats. It's the F3F all the way through to the F11F. Including everything, every Grumman project in that range, except for maybe the XF10F, just because the only model of it I could find in 1/48 scale is like $65, and I don't know if I want to pay that much, but I might not include it in the original one and do it as a special extra episode or something. So the intro for that one is right here. And that was the one I thought was a little bit too long. I don't know, it just feels like it's a little bit slow. The second project, and I have no idea when this one will come out, the American Cats should be out before this time next year, or at least should be done recording before this time next year. This next one I don't really know, because I have a very broad idea of what I want it to be, but I haven't really planned it out or started collecting anything for it yet. Jet Development is what it's called. The broad version is going to cover early jets, so from the mid-30s when the first one flew up to the Korean War, I think, right before the Korean War, all that interesting development that was going on at that time. I think that's what that's going to cover. But I don't have any super big plans for that. I've just been sort of beginning to collect early kits that I can find. And anyway, that is the intro I like, and I'll show you that one right now. Alright, with that out of the way, I would like to show you what I'm working on currently. I haven't been getting a whole lot done. It's been a pretty big bummer. I got very little done this summer. A couple projects ended up getting binned. The F-15, I was building an old AMT F-15 satellite killer and completely botched it on the paint job, and I just didn't feel like doing anything to fix it. So I ripped off everything that makes it the satellite variant and saved the decals for it and just threw the rest of it in the garbage. So I might redo that with another kit someday. But what I'm working on right now, 4 models, and we'll start here. First up, the Academy OV10. This has been a project for a long while. I've had the big hurdle has been finding a good gray. I found one that I think is close enough and I'm going to use. I've had some problems painting it. Honestly, I'm just really sick of this project and I want it to be done. I've come so close to throwing it away several times just from stupid problems that I should be able to fix, but just haven't been able to for whatever reason. I can't wait for this one to be done. Just get it off the bench. I just want it gone, to be totally honest with you guys. I'm ready to get out of 72nd scale, I think. After having a whole bunch of frustrations with the OV10, and which I just realized I didn't record any footage of because it's actually drying right now. I was doing some painting on it today, so I can't bring it out to show you guys. I've been pretty bummed about my lack of building, and I just want to do something really quick. And I needed to find a good gray for the OV10 to begin with, so I was messing around with some grays, and I found one which I think will work for this. So over the course of like 2 hours, I went and cleaned this up, and in about 2 hours, I got it all the way to primer. So this thing should be a really quick build. I don't even know if I'm going to end up recording a full video for it. You can see there I might need a little bit of putty, but they're pretty fun. They're really quick. I don't know if it's worth doing a video of in the future just because of how little building there is. I did add one thing. There are some pretty big holes in the wing root area, so I made these little intake plug things. I'm going to paint them red, and it's going to look like when they're sitting on the ramp. Next up, and because I don't have the box handy, I'm just holding my modified cockpit. I'm building a 1/48 scale Tamiya KI-84. This is for a group build on the Fine Scale Modelers forums, which by the time you see the video will probably be over. By the time you see this video, it's still available, so I'll link it in the description if you want to jump in. The last month or so, I think it ends on January 1st, and it's just a Japanese group build. Anything flying Japanese colors is valid. I decided to go with the metallic interior for this just because I could find so little information on anything involving this airplane, especially color schemes. And natural metal cockpits are kind of a rarity, so I thought, why not, you know? Heavily modified, you'll see in the video, but I've been doing a lot of little scratch building and reshaping and stuff to try to make this look a little bit more like the real thing. Finally, I've been working on a top secret project to which this piece right here is a part. Now, if you can figure out what it is, mad props to you, but there are certain people who watch my channel that this is relevant to, and it needs to be a surprise for them, so I can't disclose any more about what this is for now. Your hints are it's an engine and it's a Chevy, so that's all I can give you on that one, but this is where it's at right now. I'm building the rest of the frame currently. So for those of you who don't know, I actually worked quite a bit this summer, and with that, of course, came impulsive spending. I think it's a disease every modeler is afflicted with. So this, I guess, is a general update to my stash, just things I've picked up over the summer and early fall here. First up, a car. I don't do a lot of cars, special projects only, and the Stingray, the 68 to 78, I think, is the C3. The Corvette C3s are my favorite car besides the El Camino SS's, so I picked this up because it was on sale. It's a little bit disappointing. The kit, it says you can build it as either an LT1 or a ZR1, but it's a weird mishmash of the two. It only comes with the engine for the LT1, and it only comes with the interior for the ZR1. And to top it all off, the hood is way too small, so the only way to pose it and have it look good is to pose it with the hood up. So it's a little bit of a disappointment. I'm definitely going to do some more Corvettes in the future, but it's a way to practice, I guess. Next up, I picked up this Tamiya 1/48 scale Volkswagen Type 82. This is for a school-related diorama. I'm not sure if that's going to get a build video. Probably not, just because of recording difficulties. It'll definitely get a reveal video when it's done, maybe a couple of techniques things, but it looks like a really good kit, and I actually am really excited to give it a try. I grabbed some weird stuff this year, some things I usually wouldn't really give the time of day, just because they're not my typical interest, but I saw this one on the shelves of my local hobby shop a bunch, and it just really caught my eye, so I picked it up eventually. It's actually a pretty interesting kit. I'm really excited to get cracking on it because the way the kit handles the contra-rotating propellers is very interesting. You actually build a fairly intricate gearbox within the spinners themselves, which will be interesting. I was going to start this weekend actually, but when I was looking at the parts, there's a really big problem that I don't know how to rectify. I need to do some research. The canopy has a very, very thick mold line going right down the center of it, and I don't know how to remove those, so I'll give you posted, but this one, if I can figure out how to fix that mold line, it's definitely going to be a front runner for a future build. Do you ever have those projects that you don't really know why you decided to do them, but you end up being pretty excited about them? Well, this is that project for me. This is a 1/48 scale Tamiya P51B, but it's got some special things in it here. I have some special bits. I scrounged up a Verlinden cockpit set for this kit, which I'm excited to try. And I've got decals from, I don't remember, Ventura decals for the natural metal and big Swiss version of it. I don't know why I decided to do this project, but I think I just saw a picture of the Swiss one or another modeler's build of a Swiss one online, and it really caught my eye. So I just went out and collected those parts. I'm still thinking of getting a photo etch set, an exterior photo etch set, and maybe some resin wheels, some weighted resin wheels for it, but I really want to build that one pretty soon. So these next two are kind of related. Ever since I built the Dora, I've really started liking FW190s a lot more, especially strange variants of them, and I kind of want to collect as many 190s as possible, so when I see these weird ones at the LHS, I just can't stop myself from grabbing them. This is a FW190A7, the only one modified with these slipper tanks. It's a pretty interesting kit. Decals are good. I really like that DML includes photo etch in their sets, so can't wait to give that a try. It's just a little bit different 190 to put on the shelf, and in that similar vein, I've got the special version of the FW190A5. This has the extra scoops and all that good stuff. It's just weird. Very interesting paint scheme. Decals on this one were very yellowed, so I either have to find replacements or hand paint a lot of stuff, and I'm not really looking forward to hand painting, so replacements it is, I guess. If you thought those 190s were weird, then take a look at this thing. This is a Hasegawa 148 scale T3 Junior. I don't know what this is. I don't know why it exists. I don't know anything about the source material. But this kit had been staring me in the face of my hobby shop for like a year and a half, and it was so ridiculous, and it was marked down to like $5, so I bought it. The decals are basically orange, so they're pretty much useless. So I don't know if or when this will get built, but it's just so ridiculous I felt that I needed it. So yeah, these are weird. These are very odd. Here in a month or two on the channel, I will be going small again, going down to 1/144 scale for this Revel of Germany Tornado ECR Tiger Meat 2011. This is going to be featured as a Christmas special. I'm going to modify this into a Christmas ornament. In my family, we like to collect Christmas ornaments every year, get a series that we like and try to get each yearly one. However, the option for the one I usually collect, it's airplane related, is pretty trash this year, so I decided to make my own. I was doing some math and stuff and figured that the Tornado is pretty much closest to the dimensions, the general dimensions of the other ones that I could get in 1/144 scale, and I knew it had tiger meat, so that's what I picked up. I'll be talking about how to do all this soon. I'm thinking early December is when this video should come out. Another weird project that just caught my eye walking around the hobby shop, this Czech model ME263A-1. I can find very little information about the real kit, or the real plane. I don't know if any actually flew. I know at least one mock-up was constructed. It's a pretty interesting concept. It's basically just a 163 that doesn't explode as easily. The kit's interesting. It's your typical short run plastic, but it's got a pretty okay resin set by True Details. Not a big fan. The canopy's pretty awful, but I don't know. It'll be an interesting, if involved, process. This next one here is actually relevant to the series I was mentioning earlier. This is going to be the first episode of jet development whenever it gets done. This is the Special Hobby 148 HE178V-1, the first jet to fly. I'm thinking of getting the V-2 as well, which never actually flew but was a prototype that was built, and I think it's interesting to compare the differences between the two. So I'll probably get that. It's a pretty okay kit, it looks like. It's short run, obviously. It's early Special Hobby, so don't be expecting much. Detail is scant. A riveting tool is going to be a must for this one, I think. Just looking at the box art, let alone references, there's a lot of rivets on this thing, so I'm going to be picking up a rivet tool for this project. This model here actually inspired me to do the American Cats series, mainly because I was thinking of series in general as a way of extending my channel's life as I get ready to go off to school and probably lose a lot of time for working on things. I ordered this as a way to get some shipping perks on HobbyLink, and when it came in, I was just really taken with the shape and everything, and I started thinking what I could do with it. So this is the first kit I've collected in the American Cat series. They're supposed to be, this is the Academy 148 scale special edition of their F8F for the USS Tarawa, by the way. I was supposed to have 2 other kits for this project in today, but because the U.S. Postal Service, they ended up on the other side of the state, so who knows when those are going to get to me. Here's one that is both interesting and infuriating. Interesting because it has a pretty well-detailed engine. Infuriating because don't be fooled by the boxing. It's not a Revel kit. It's not a Revel of Germany kit. It is an ICM kit. And I don't know if this is ICM's molds or Revel of Germany Revel of Germany, whatever, really slacking off in the production process, but this kit has the weirdest textures. Some areas are smooth, some areas are like sandpaper. The left upper wing has massive pits in it. I don't know. It's not great printed quality. It's not great mold quality, but it does look like pretty good detail, and I do think it will come out nicely with a little bit of prep work. This one's a little bit big to show in the thing I'm recording in, but this is Trumpeter's 1/32 scale PLAAF MiG-15 BIS. I only bought this because it was dirt cheap. It was like $20 for a 32nd scale jet. I still can't fathom it, and it's actually fairly well detailed. I have no idea how Trumpeter is able to produce these so cheap. One problem to note, even on the box art, Trumpeter gets this window right, but for whatever reason on the kit, they have it angled significantly farther steeper and a random bar. So in the kit, the windscreen is completely wrong. Not a big fan of either of the color schemes for this kit, so I've been looking around for decals for something weird, like an Egyptian one or something. I haven't really found anything yet, so I don't know if or when this will get built, but it's just something I have in my stash. Now, I apologize if I've shown you guys this before, because I honestly can't remember if I have or not. But I finally got a kit I've been looking at for literally years. Almost 7 years this thing's been staring at me at the hobby shop, and with my first paycheck earlier in the summer, I finally decided to get it and get it to stop staring me down. It is the 1/72 scale B-52B with X-15 by, I believe this is Monogram, or I can't see the... Yep, Monogram. So that's been a dream acquisition, basically. I'd like to do a 72nd scale B-52 that is a combat B-52 at some point, but this is going to be a really big test of pretty much all of my skills: rescribing, scratch building, working with metal paints. I've actually been collecting alclads to practice on the P-51 and eventually practice on the B-50, or eventually work my way up to the big B-52. So that is a project that is going to take some time. Alright, before I go, I had one last thing I wanted to ask you. A couple months ago, well, almost a year ago to be honest, I recorded a handful of inbox reviews and edited them and all that stuff. I was just wondering if you guys had any interest in actually seeing those. They're on my channel, but they're private. I could publish a couple, and if you like them, I could publish the rest, and if you still like them, I could maybe record some more. I originally wrote and recorded them as a scheme to try to maybe appease the algorithms a little bit, but I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of inbox reviews, so unless there's interest, I don't really want to do more, and I don't think I'll publish the ones I have done. I'll probably just delete them. So let me know if you like to see some of what I've already done. If you like those, let me know if you want me to record some more. I think that's it. Just shoot me an email or check the comment or write it in the comments or whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you all at the next build video probably.